Welcome to the Muxall Open IoT channel. I am your host, Michael Crane. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to take a look at a controller one of our testers sent to me. He's a tester and customer, and he sent it to me so I could get the dimensions for the Z-Grill faceplate. People have been asking to build a trapezoid style controller for the Muxall Pro barbecue controller. So I needed something to kind of template off of, so I used this one right here. I think the Pit Boss is a little different. I've already made one for a certain model of Pit Boss, but last time I was wandering through Lowe's, I noticed that they have changed quite a bit. So yeah, this might be an endless task trying to keep up with the different styles of faceplates. But anyway, we'll start with the Z-Grill one. Yeah, it's pretty basic. This is the non-Wi-Fi version, and but I love the knob on this thing. This is pretty sweet right here. I like it better than I like the knob on the Muxall Pro. It feels, I'm a knob kind of guy, and that looks and feels very nice. And it's metal, at least I think it's metal. Doesn't feel like plastic. And it's got a couple meat probe ports, which aren't labeled, which to me is a little bit lazy, I guess. I don't know why you wouldn't label them. They went ahead and labeled everything else, so even put F on there for Fahrenheit, in case you forgot. You know, you got the on button, and this is the auger feed, I'm pretty sure. I have not powered this thing up, but I figured we'd take a look at it and see what it's made out of, and see how it's made, and just kind of take a look at it. So let's flip this guy over. I know I kind of called this a teardown, but there's nothing really to tear down. I'm not going to take it apart. As soon as I'm done with it, I'm going to send it back to Phil so he can do with it as he pleases. So just generally, we can start with the wiring harness. You got black as power, right? Oops, sorry. You've got red as mott, yellow is fan, fan, and purple is hot. And I like the little stickers. Maybe I should do something like that on the Muxall Pro. I know a couple people get them confused occasionally, and they get confused because of the Z-Grills. Why they call the auger mott, I have no idea. Maybe from motor. Fan is self-explanatory, but on the Traeger and a lot of Traeger knockoff controllers, the fan is orange, and they made it yellow for some reason. And in the Muxall Pro, yellow is the pellet hopper vibrator. So I get a lot of people hooking up the pellet hopper vibrator to the igniter. And to the auger, and then they wonder why their controller's not working. And that's usually the reason. And this right here, this is a bit confusing. They got purple as hot, and I'm guessing they're, oops, sorry, it's probably glaring. I'm guessing they're saying that because it's for the hot rod, you know, or the igniter. But hot, in a lot of electrical terms, means like it's power out or power in. And so that's a bit confusing. I don't know if I like that too much, but black is standard in the US for power in, or AC line 1 power. So anyway, that's just my comments on that. I like the it's elastic they've put around the wires as a strain relief and the connectors. Looks like they've, it's kind of hard to see. Let me zoom you guys in here. So yeah, it looks like these may plug in. I don't know if they're soldered to the board or not. Like I said, I'm not going to take it apart, but they've got this elastic around here as a strain relief. That's pretty nice. They have it on all the wires. Then this right here, this got a little daughter board right here, and this looks like it's the AC to DC converter board, if you will. And You can see it's got a couple little transformers. I'm guessing one is 5 volts and one is probably 3.3 volts. You have some high voltage caps in here, and you got, I love the name of this. It's the jerk cap. These are safety caps right here. I like they call them jerk. That's pretty funny. And I've never heard of them, but you can kind of see it's got a isolation gap in the PCB to split out the high voltage and low voltage. I said these were high voltage earlier. These actually might be low voltage. I don't know. I wasn't bothered to go down there and look at it. It's not very interesting to anybody, really. Little cap, little inductor down there, and it looks like they have some components on the backside. I can't believe they double loaded this board when they have so much real estate on this thing. I mean, geez, there's a lot of real estate on this board. Yeah, and they've got the, I guess, I don't know who started doing this, Traeger or somebody started putting these fuses in here, and this is, I don't know, I guess they're fast blow fuses, so when the igniter dies, the fuse in your board blows up or burns out, and that's fine and dandy, but it's a real pain. It's already bad enough your igniter goes out, but now you got to replace the fuse. On the Muxall Pro, I've only had a couple fuses blow, and usually it's because the user shorted something out, not because the igniter went out. But anyway, that's beside the point. We're not talking about that. Here's a little, looks like a little varistor or mob or something down here for input protection, and or protect high voltage input, that is. And let's see what we got going on here. We got some triacs that are standing up, and let me see if I can move this stuff out of the way. Yeah, this is actually a no-no. You're not supposed to leave these things kind of flapping in the breeze like this. And if while I'm editing the video, I'll see if I can find Dave Jones's video on what happens when these are left standing like that. But in short, what happens is, from moving it around, especially on a barbecue where you're moving around and bouncing and stuff, these things will vibrate back and forth, and after years of doing that, they'll eventually snap off. And he simulates that in a video with a machine that's designed to shake things. So anyway, that's a no-no. A couple more high voltage caps down there, probably for a snubber circuit. You've got your optocouplers right here, and these are Cosmo optocouplers. There it goes. Yeah, so they're Cosmo optocouplers. And I had to Google that. I've never heard of a Cosmo optocoupler. But the triacs right here that are flapping in the breeze are, let's see if you can see them or not, they're actually ST Micro. They're a BT136 triac. They're a good. I use ST Micro triacs in my controller. And let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, here's where the meat probes come in, and this is okay. They kind of have, you know, the meat probes and these little 3.5 millimeter jacks, and then they have some wires going to some plugs, and I don't know. To me, that's that's kind of expensive to put a little plug in there for something. I mean, I guess it's designed if you're gonna replace the board or the faceplate or something. You know, it's nice to be able to unplug it. Or maybe they did it for speed of manufacture, or I really don't know. Or maybe maybe make it easier to replace this. Maybe make it easier to replace these jacks if they go bad. Sorry, let me zoom you guys out a little bit here. Yeah. Anyway, it'd make it easier to replace these jacks with these plugs or something. I don't know. I would have soldered them directly to the board and eliminated the cost, because you have to buy not only the plug but the socket they go in. Here's your 2-post terminal block for your chamber probe, and JTAG header, I guess. And here's a little micro down here. I had a hard time finding this little guy. He's a STC 8 microcontroller, And I can zoom in there, maybe you guys can take a look at it. There you go. Maybe you can see it now. I'm looking through the monitor on the camera. I can't really see it on that, but maybe you guys can see it. Anyway, that's the microcontroller. So here's the brains of the unit. And what's funny is the LCD driver, which is upside down. This guy right here, this is a Holtec HT162. This is the LCD driver. This is driving the LCD. Yeah, I don't really know anything about that either. Your bypass caps for your, and resistors for your the power pins for your micro there, and let's see what else. There's your opto couplers. I can back you guys off a little bit. It looks like a little Zener diode down there, probably some kind of protection, I'm guessing. And you know, I didn't see any speakers on this thing. I wonder if it beeps. I guess I could plug it in, but it's not really that important. Now, one of the things I was looking at it, so you can see, so here's the power button. Let me stand this guy up. So here's a power button right here. You can see it's just mounted right here, and so you push this, and you can see it's just a button right underneath this little piece of plastic. And I don't really like this. This is eventually. Anyway, sorry about that. Phone rang. So anyway, yeah, so you'll be pushing on this button right here, and after, you know, a few years, you're just going to wear a hole in it, right where this button touches the plastic, right? And then pretty soon you have a hole in it, and that's for both of them. For that auger feed, which you can see down there, it's just a button behind this piece of plastic. So yeah, I don't like this too much. That's just going to wear a hole in it, and eventually, you know, pop through. So yeah, I don't really care for that too much. So we got the LCD here, and so this is kind of funny. So they soldered all this stuff in, and they didn't solder these in. And like I said, maybe it's just to replace you can replace these jacks one of these, you know, at some point. But I thought that was kind of funny. They went to the trouble of putting connectors on this and soldered this in. So and then I don't know if you can see it down there. Then they've got these little wires right here, and they're kind of hard to see. They come up. Let's see if you can see it there. Yeah, here they are. They come up through the board right here. Yeah, there's a better look at them. They're just bare wires coming up from the LCD, and the only thing, these are probably your, you know, your LCD driver pins, and I'm guessing these down here are probably for your backlight. Would be my guess. But yeah, I bet you that's a real pain in the butt to put together right there. That doesn't look easy. So anyway, but yeah, the switch is pretty good, feels good, nice and tight, and everything's mounted to the board well. Yeah, so I'll probably end up doing something like this with the Muxall Pro one of these days, instead of potting it in, because that takes a long time and costs money. That's about it. I don't really see anything else on here that's worth mentioning. Anyway, that's about it. I just thought I'd give you guys one of these controllers looks like. And yeah, so by the way, yeah, so it's got this JTAG right here. I'm sure you can program this microprocessor. So I know some folks said that they were able to upgrade the firmware in them, but they said you couldn't do it. Some other folks said you can't, so I don't really know. But it does have a programming interface, so there you go. Anyway, that's about it. There is not a lot to this controller, and but it looks okay. Oh, one last comment is I am I cannot tell one way or the other. This chip looks like it has some kind of conformal coating on it. And conformal coating is how you prevent dust and spiders and all kinds of other stuff from causing shorts on your board. If you've seen mine, I'll see if I have a picture of it. Mine is a lot thicker. I can't even tell. It looks like they've sprayed something on this, but I can't tell. I can only see it on the chips a little bit. I don't really see it on any other component in here. And I can't tell by looking at the PCB either, maybe. Anyway, yeah, they probably should spray this a little better with conformal coating. But anyway, that's it. I hope you liked this video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments on the video, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget, you can support the Muxall Open IoT channel by donation using a credit card and PayPal, or by purchasing products at the Muxall store. Details and links are in the description under this video. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up, that helps, and hit the subscribe button, that really helps. If you have any questions or comments, post them in the comments under this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.